Greetings everyone! My name is Dorin Enache and you are watching this video probably because you want to know what is the best reason to quit smoking and start vaping. Well, I'm going to tell you, but first let me tell you a bit about myself. I was a smoker for 24 years. In the last years of smoking, I used to smoke 2 packs of cigarettes a day, every day, sometimes more than that. Now that's a heavy habit. I was though a particular type of smoker. I love smoking. I love the strength and the flavor of the cigarettes. I also loved my times that I took smoking. It was my time alone, the time that I took for myself, when I could think in peace and uninterrupted. But as much as I love smoking, I didn't like the cigarette smoke. You see, I didn't like being in a room filled with cigarette smoke. I also didn't like my clothes smelling like cigarette smoke. Another thing that I didn't like was my diminishing lung capacity. You see, I used to lose my breath just from climbing a few flights of stairs. In spite of all the things that I didn't like about smoking, I didn't want to give it up. It was my thing. Sure, it had a price that had to be paid in money, health and smelly clothes, but it was my thing and I didn't want to quit. Now that you have a little context, let me tell you the story of how I discovered the best reason to quit smoking and start vaping. I was in a store and I was browsing through the toys that I thought my son would like. And I found one that I wanted to buy for him. Just before putting it into the basket, I looked at the price. And my first thought was, that's kind of expensive. Immediately I realized that it was exactly the amount of money I would spend in a day on cigarettes. My second thought was, I must be out of my mind spending all this money on cigarettes every day and believing it is too much for a toy for my son. At that point I realized I was in a prison for the mind, one that I built myself or I allowed to be built around me, and I had to escape somehow. I didn't know how, but something needed to be done. Now, I told you that I love smoking and I didn't want to quit. But this anger growing inside me, fueled every day by the realization that I've been tricked, pushed me forward to do something. I started looking into the electronic cigarettes. I've read some online general reviews and opinions and I decided to give them a try. I found an online store that also had a brick and mortar location and I went there. And there I bought my first starter kit. My first starter kit with all accessories and a few liquids costed me about as much as 1 week of smoking. I used that kit for about 3 months, at which point, being the nitpicking prick that I am, I decided to change it because I was discontent with it. So I wanted a bigger tank, I wanted a bigger battery, I wanted the steam to be hotter, I wanted constant power throughout the day, I wanted to spend less money on coils and liquids. So I upgraded all that. After I started vaping, my health started to improve in a matter of days. The morning cough was gone, my sense of smell and taste started to recover, my lung capacity started to increase. As far as money goes, vaping was most expensive at the beginning, when I bought all my consumables ready-made. But even then, a full month of vaping costed me about as much as 3 days of smoking. Now that's a 90% reduction of cost. That's kind of huge. It has been 5 years since I started vaping. During that time I bought numerous devices, tanks, batteries, mods. All of their combined cost is less than 3 months of smoking. And the cost of consumables has been reduced even further. So much so that nowadays a full month of vaping cost me about as much as 1.5 days of smoking. Regarding the health long-term benefits of vaping, I can tell you that my improved lung capacity allowed me to exercise and therefore lose weight. You see, I was severely overweight because I ate too much and I was sedentary, and I couldn't exercise because I was smoking. Also, on top of that, my diminished sense of smell and taste meant that everything I ate had to be heavily spiced up, sugared and salted, and that added to the health problems. Now, all that has changed. I exercise, I eat better, I sleep better, I lost weight, I gained lung capacity and more freedom to do the things that I wanted to do and I couldn't do. Just like you, while I was smoking, I've seen all the videos and read all the articles about how bad smoking is for you. I knew all the advice and all the inspiring quotes that are supposed to help you quit. But it didn't matter, because I didn't care. All I cared about was that I loved smoking. The thing that worked for me was the anger that I felt when I realized I've been tricked into believing that cigarettes are more important than my son's happiness. It was the dark frustration inside that pushed me forward to do something. So, I'm giving you this anger-bringing realization. Every time you buy a pack of cigarettes, every time you light one up, every time you put it out, remember, you have been played, tricked, conned into giving up your money, your health and your freedom for something utterly useless. Remember it every time you want to buy something and you deem it too expensive. Remember it when you want to go on vacation and you're looking for the cheaper options. Remember it, let it grow and use its power for your benefit. Most people want to be moved and inspired only by the most noble aspirations. They want to be good people and they want to deny the existence of darkness in them. Well, I use the darkness in me to fuel my escape from cigarettes, and maybe so should you. The best idea would be to quit smoking altogether, but if you are like me and you like it too much, then get informed about electronic cigarettes. Find a store near you. Go there, talk to the salespeople. Talk to anybody who vapes around you. They will be happy to tell you about it. Ultimately, the best reason to quit smoking and start vaping is the one that works for you. But if you're watching this video, you probably tried everything and it didn't work. This might work though, because it relies on your growing inner strength and demands very little from you. Just to change your nicotine device from burning cigarettes to electronic cigarettes. You will feel no withdrawal symptoms, and as soon as you start vaping, your life will start getting better. If there is anything that bothers you about the electronic cigarette, it can be changed, it can be modified. Tank, battery, mod, flavor, liquid, everything can be modified to your liking. I leave you with this. I made this video with the hope that it will be helpful for some people. And if it helps at least one person to quit smoking, then it was worth making it. Please let me know in the comments down below if you found this video helpful. Like this video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't like it, but don't forget to subscribe to my channel because you don't want to miss my future videos. Please stay tuned for scenes from my next episode. I'm walking through a puddle. What's wrong with me? Will I be okay? Join me next time to find out what that craziness is all about.